amidst this COVID-19 crisis. To shed some light on the issue, I have with me Rajesh, co-founder and CEO of BlackBuck, and Nitish, co-founder and CEO of Locus. Gentlemen, thank you so much for speaking to us on CNBC TV 18. Rajesh, let me start this discussion with you. It's been almost 2 months since we've been in this lockdown. How has BlackBuck fared since the lockdown? How much movement are you seeing now that, we're in this mix of essentials allowed, non-essentials not allowed? Could you tell us what's going on behind the scenes?
Yeah, thanks, Megha, for having me on. So I think, as you rightly said, I think the day of lockdown, transportation activity in India went down to less than 5% of the normal. And the first week was definitely spent out in clearing the confusion in terms of what can move and what cannot. And I think after that, probably every week, the activity has picked up about 3 to 5%. As we speak today, and I'm speaking more for at large, the large trucks transportation, which basically is happening between cities. Broadly, transportation has resumed about close to 35% odd. And I think it's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle of demand being available because truckers have to feed themselves. So they want to be on the road. But if they don't get loads on the road, there's no point in being on the roads. I think that's point one. Point number two is that obviously drivers are pretty much afraid, of catching COVID if they're on the road, given the kind of job it is. So I think a mix of both these has reduced the supply availability in the market, and there are lesser loads. And as we speak today, if I have to give you a sectorial overview of which sectors are operating, more intensely, as close to their normal as possible, which sectors are not at all. So you've got FMCG, like anything which is with respect to essentials, right? FMCG, which includes also edible oils, like packaged food, and some industries which serve these industries in terms of some chemicals which are required, etc. Right? I think all of these industries have broadly reached to their 50-60% kind of a recovery mark, and like that's moving really heavily. It's being in harvest season, like wheat is moving very rampantly across the country, continues to move. Right. On the other side, the ones which have got badly hit are the infrastructure, construction related industries. I think very little recovery has happened over there. And this is obviously with the limited understanding of what is the kind of activity which is going on our platform. I'm able to comment.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for sharing those observations. And of course, what you said about the driver partners being traumatized with what we're all about.
Yeah. So I think, as you were describing it, right, how do we reset India? I think to reset India and bring it back in motion, trucking and logistics is like the core of it, right? If we can't get the wheels back in motion, it's very difficult to get back the country, right? So I think there, our take is that there are two big reasons why what is happening, and what would be the friction or the inertia for it to get back in motion, right? So one is very clearly the vicious cycle I was talking about, right? So today, when there is very less demand in the market and very few truck owners out there, right? What is happening is that it is very difficult for a shipper to find a truck, right? So it's become probably 5 times more difficult for a shipper to find a truck. He's also paying exorbitant prices, like probably 10 to 100% more than the regular normal, right? The same issue on the trucker side is that he's not able to find a trip, and he's probably also getting paid less because a lot of these lanes he's going empty. So I think the problem of how do you enable a very seamless matching, I think which we are for the BlackBuck ecosystem, that's the core for the BlackBuck as a company, that's the core of our business, right? We decided to make that free. We decided that let's not keep this platform only for our usage. Let us allow this platform to be used by anybody, and we waived off the entire commission we make in this particular area, right? So that's our big move, step one. We had to redesign our tech platform in a way that sort of. Second aspect of it is that drivers, right? Driver partners who are the ones which are the most impacted, right? How do we take care of them, right? So we have launched a slew of measures where we have covered all the driver partners, which is broadly about close to 300,000 driver partners who work with us. If at all on a trip they catch COVID, they have access to 50,000 rupees of direct cash transfer benefit. They have access to 50,000 rupees of hospitalization, 3 lakh rupees of term cover, right? So all these measures are towards how
Okay.
can we bring and move the country back in motion.
Okay. So for our viewers who've just missed out, let me reiterate something that you've just done is essentially extended your plan.
Goods, we have 100% clarity. I think there is no dichotomy in that.
Okay.
I think it's a clear white and black list, and government is also sort of working with us on specific focus on some sectors, and that I think we're just going in and solving problems for them as it comes.
Okay, all right. So a clear